Hey there boys and girls, my name is Kyle, better known on the YouTubes as Blinkcraft. In today's episode of Interaction Design, we're going to be talking about affordances. In my opinion, affordances is one of the major keys to both interaction design and the larger overall user experience design. If you can design and create proper affordances, your end product will be simple and intuitive. The way I like to think about affordances is basically you're designing properties or functions of objects, whether it's a physical object or a digital object, and it's trying to convey what it's going to do to the user as simple as possible. A real world example would be a door handle. The door handle allows us, or you could say affords us, to push or pull the door open or shut. Now this can also be applied digitally, such as a button on a website. It affords us to press it. If affordances are used correctly, basic tasks are really easily utilized. However, when a basic affordance is too complex and it requires a description, that's when we can say the affordance no longer informs the user about the design's purpose. Let's look at some examples. A vertical crossbar on a door affords the user to open the door by pushing it. However, when you have a handle, it could signal the user to pull. Sometimes the function doesn't always afford the user to complete the task, and it might require further explanation, meaning it's failed as basic design. You might see this in your day-to-day lives where as a business, it might have a sign signaling you to push or pull the door. I don't know about you, but there have been plenty of times where I push when I should have actually pulled. Usually I feel embarrassed for not reading the sign first, however technically it's the person who designed or built the doorway who should feel embarrassed. They weren't thinking about the affordances. In the digital realm, we have a few different options when we're adding affordances. When creating a button, we could choose to add rounded corners, proper padding, or a bevel emboss effect to show dimension. Familiar shapes and dimensions of the button affords the user the ability to create interaction when they click or tap on it. We can also use proximity. By using proper spacing between navigational elements and the content, we can afford the user the ability to click on the navigational buttons. Now these are some of the most common types of physical and digital affordances, but it's important to always be looking and testing your designs. Having users test your designs and getting feedback is really the only way to find out if you're getting every possible affordance. When you have someone testing your design, ask them why they did certain things. When designing a website, ask them to navigate to specific pages. As a designer or developer, you might become blind to some of the simplest affordances. Critique and user feedback should always be your number one priority. Now if you have any tutorial suggestions or questions, feel free to comment down below. As always, my name is Kyle, you just learned something cool today, and I'll see you next time.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight,